Sports Card ASMR. We are going to be doing some good old-fashioned sports card organizing. It is that time, about every 6 to 7 weeks, I need to do one of these videos to continue to organize my collection. This is my collection that has grown in my time running this channel. Some of these cards are carryover cards from when I collected back in the golden days, but a lot of these cards are cards that you've seen here on this channel. So today we are going to organize some cards in this binder. It is another edition of Sports Card ASMR. I am the Sports Card Doctor, and I'm very happy that you are here today. We're going to go lo-fi whispering today. We're going to be quiet. We're going to get some work done. These are not just fun videos, these are work. While you're here, though, I'd love for you to consider subscribing to the channel. Maybe leaving a nice like, thumbs up, a comment, maybe hype up the video, tell your friends about us, leave a super thanks, all those kind of wonderful things here as we record underneath the flight path in my local neighborhood airport. I am just flipping through these pages to kind of get a lay of the land and see where we're at. I have a stack of cards ready to be put inside. Alright, keeping on here now. I'll stop talking over the page flips here, but the thing to remember, this binder is not full of cards that I considered high-priced. Some of them might have some value, but this is truly nostalgia collecting right here. We open up so many packs on this channel, most of them from the golden junk wax era, so therefore there's not going to be a big value to them. But man, the memories and just holding on to some of these cards, it's been a fun little ride, and part of the reason I just still love doing this channel. So thank you for all of you who've been watching for a while here, or those who are jumping on board, especially if you've seen me on the ASMR shorts that we put out. That actually has brought in some new folks, but they don't watch the long form videos as much, so I'm hoping that you make the transition and just fully relax here. Alright. Got some blank pages. Pages of possibilities. The weird OPG collection that I enjoy having. Last time out, if you recall, we started some new pages for Hall of Famers like Tony Gwynn, Wade Boggs, though we do have Dave Winfield down there. Hall of Good, Will Noshler Clark. This is also kind of a memory lane for the channel itself. Remembering when I pulled some of these cards from some of the older videos here, we're past 3 years, I believe, for the channel, but really we are just getting warmed up. I've also been thrilled to see more kind of sports card themed ASMR channels popping up. Shout out to Hushed Hoops ASMR. Go watch their content. I want, I'm not the first to do this, but it's still kind of a niche ASMR genre inside of, some might consider niche ASMR, though ASMR is, I think, too big to be considered niche at this point. But based on comments that we get, a lot of people still not sure what ASMR is. But I saw a couple more channels pop up, not necessarily sports card themed ASMR channels, but ASMR channels diving into some sports card stuff. So this is an ASMR channel first, so that's a good thing. That could only bring attention to not just this channel, but Hushed Hoops and other channels like that. So keep supporting this little smart engine that can. It's my Donnie baseball collection. I will spoil it right now. We are going to be adding a card to the Canseco family collection now. There he is. There's Randy Milligan. Look at that guy. Oh, that's a Hall of Fame card right there. Got some room for some more modern cards here. I'll have to add to that soon. My Greg Biggio collection. There's the World Series champ. I should say I am recording this video the day after Game 7 of the 2025 World Series, and that was a great series. I was kind of rooting for the Blue Jays because Don Mattingly is their bench coach, and I wanted Donnie to get a ring, but it did not work out. But a great Game 7. I enjoyed watching it. So congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers and their accountants for the World Championship. And that sounds cynical. Every team should spend money to win, I guess. You know. For those who are just joining, yes, this is my Miami Dolphins section. I am a long-suffering Miami Dolphin fan, and quite frankly, this little collection here in this binder is the only joy I get these days as a Dolphin fan. This is just like a haul of bad memories of good players, sometimes even great players on teams that just underachieved. It's been quite a run for the Miami Dolphins, but I still believe, just not this year. Into the football cards we go. Barry Page. Sharp Brothers page now. Pages. And this hodgepodge. I think eventually we'll have to make a football-only album and a baseball-only album. It's next on my to-do list. The football one is just kind of chaotic. We're trying to smooth out the football one. Got the Bruce Smith page, Foreman, the Ronnie Lott page, but it's still all over the place. And there's some cards that eventually I think could get removed from this binder. This is the big time modern quarterbacks page here. And do a little basketball here. I pulled some good basketball cards recently, but I actually stored them. I have another collection outside of this that has maybe cards I consider to actually have some value that I might want to move. You know, I'm not much of a seller when it comes to cards. I'm a bit of a hoarder. But I have sold cards actually through this channel before. I've always said that if you see a card that I open up in a pack that you really want, there's information down in the description to email me and see if we can come to a deal. You just do a super thanks in the value we agree upon, and I'll mail it out to you. But that's if you see anything you like in a pack that I open. We still have that card right there to deal with. Alright, random wrestling cards and blank pages. Okay, so there you go. Let's now see some of the cards that we are going to be organizing here today. Alright, here's what we got set aside. It is, like I said, filming this a day after the 2025 World Series ended. We got one of the heroes of the series. Tried so hard, injured, played through it, George Springer. Got a 2024 Topps kind of Dodger team card there. Figured that, set that aside. We got some Canadian football there with Ishmael. There's that Canseco. Dave Steve. Got a young Matt Williams. Add to our Barry Larkin. There's our collection of cards to be stored. So let's start diving in here. This is where it gets really fun. As I try it, it's like a game of memory, where I remember each section. As always, as I've explained before, but I'll explain again, I have a weird affinity for early 90s Atlanta Braves players, even though I was a Yankee fan. I just watched the games on WTBS so much that I kind of followed them along the way. So we have Dave Justice's, we have Steve Avery's, and some Greg Maddox's to put aside here today. So I'm going to work our way through those. I'll start dividing up some stuff here too. There's Greg Maddox right there. These are a little different videos than we normally do here. Just a little more, less entertainment and more me just, you're watching me work. I would be doing this if the cameras weren't rolling. There we go. You can tell I'm going to be putting some John Olcroods and Mark Graces in these binders here today. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see. We might have to start moving some of these Atlanta Brave players around, but we have this Steve Avery here. I really like this Steve Avery. It's a play ball bazooka gum card here from 1995 because it's got 94 totals on the back there. So love this. They're a little unique card. Steve Avery right there. Avery was actually my favorite of the bunch, and then he did not have the career that the others had coming up. He was a little younger than Maddox and Clavin and Smoltz, of course. There we go. Alright. Alright, so this is where I do think. Here, let's make a move here. Just carefully. Alright. was a cubby. I did not know the full strength of Greg Maddux there, but had some great seasons from 88 to 90 into 91 before joining Atlanta to get them eventually over the hump there. All right, mostly Cub cards when you think about it. Okay. And for right now on this page, we'll collect some Dave Justices here. In fact, I have I'm not here to protect too many of these edges. I just like the extra little ASMR tool effect on. Okay. Alright, so this is a 95 tops. I have this one. Just happens to be sitting right here, so let's add this one here. Eventually, Justice would make his way to my Yankees and be key to our early 2000 teams. Alright, there we go. So next up here we've got, I'm going to do this here, I'm going to move this Mark Grace, this Flair 96 Luis Gonzalez, and we're going to, oh, you know what? There we go. That's what I wanted to do here. We have a few of these laying around, but we do like ourselves Edgar Martinez cards, so we're not making this an official collection page yet there, but eventually. Alright, I think though I need to move. I'm not quite ready here. Okay. Bear with me. I have this random Roberto Kelly to put in. Not so random because I've set it aside. But also, as I said, sometimes we move cards out of the collection. I have this 1984 Topps Stevie Yeager, very poorly cut. We're going to hold on to this card, put it in another spot, but I don't think we need to hold it on in here. I have no emotional connection to Stevie Yeager. I just liked having an 84 Topps hanging around, so we'll set that aside there. And we'll kind of keep this going here. Alright, there we go. I like this, a blank page. So this is kind of a good hitting first baseman of the early 90s cards to collect here. We're going to put in this Mark Grace. I have probably a few Mark Graces hanging around. Mark Grace, one of my favorite players during this era. Character. Mark Grace would jump on a grenade for you. One of my favorite references to make, if you know, you know. Did his career go on to the Hall of Fame standards that I think we all had for him in 1988? No, it did not. But Hall of Good for sure. And in that regard as well, we got ourselves John page. Let's go ahead. We've got a little bit of a Luis Gonzalez collection going, but this is, I don't think we're going to end up collecting a ton of Luis Gonzalez's. I do really like this. 96 Flair, Luis Gonzalez. I think that's a pretty card. And he was an absolutely great player during his time. And as a Yankee fan, even I find it hard to dislike him. Even though what he did to us was painful. Alright, I'm going to set aside this move on. Just put it down here. Alright. Go back to this section, I believe. Alright. Dave Steve has outgrown this page. Love Dave Steve. Underrated pitcher. He's Hall of Good, but I tell you, I still think there's a case for him to be Hall of Fame. That's just me. Okay. No Rickies to add to the collection today. No berries. Random page here. Alright, we do have, let's see, we got this. Might go back to that. There we go. We got our Barry Larkin right there. Barry Larkin with 2 Dave Parkers. We'll hold on to that. The Dave Parkers will stay there until we start the Dave Parker page, I guess. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to do some movement around here. We do have Matt Williams. This is kind of random rookie cards, but this will eventually expand, I believe. Do have this 91 Donruss Matt Williams, and as much as we open up 1991 Donruss around here, I've not pulled a lot of these ones here. So this is Williams coming off his first big year, 1990, the 33 home run, 122 RBI season. He had an okay season in 89 as they went to the series, but he batted .202, which back then was a bad thing, and 18 home runs, 50 RBIs, so he was not yet Matt Williams until I think this card came out, and then he was the Matt Williams that would be a solid player for a very long time. Alright, here we go. I do love, we got some more modern cards here, even though some of them are, when I say modern, I mean not 1991. Let's set these aside here. Todd Helton with this is this is one of the thickest cards. I mean, it's heavy. It's super business card style. We got Pedro see what's happened, right? The Jose Canseco is missing. Where did I had that Jose Canseco. Where did Jose go? I mean, did he go flying? I'm going to check the sports card doctor studio. Okay, well, let's go back here to get Griffey. Forgot to put in the Griffey. Ah, looky there. Mystery solved, everybody. Don't worry, the sports card doctor going a little crazy. Wow. You saw the sports card doctor have a little bit of a mental breakdown. That I dreamed everything. I thought this whole channel was a dream. Alright, there we go. Jose's and one Aussie. Okay. Well, sorry, I have to kind of recover from that. I gotta be careful not to put cards there. That's how that happened. Alright. I have these two autographed cards that we pulled from packs and have no real value other than, hey, look at that. I like that. Okay. Alright. What are we going to do with this? We have this Topps Trading Day card collection. I wanted to set aside the Jordan Alvarez there. Alright, here we go. We got this Tatis, so I figured let's go ahead and put some modern cards right here in honor of the World Series. Dodger team card and George Springer Heritage collection there. Alright. Alright, I'm going to eventually find better places for these cards, but we got this kind of cool Mike Schmidt 500th home run 1992 card here that highlights the game in 1987, which he hit his 500th home run. Michael Jack Schmidt. So I'm just going to kind of put that one aside here. Do that, and then we got. I really like the pinnacles from this year. This card is damaged. It kind of was opened like that, so I'm just going to set it aside. I like Cecil Fielder, so it's not worth much, but in my heart, it's worth everything. Alright, into football we go here. Not adding any Dan Marinos today, but we're going to do a little moving around here of my Miami Dolphin. There was kind of a thing going on here with the Dolphins. There was an order. There's still kind of a general order, but I've lost it. So now it's just a hodgepodge of Dolphin players I've rooted for and had my heart broken from over the years. But one of my all-time favorites, he did not break my heart. Our defense during that time did, but that of course is John Offerdahl, number 56 there. The middle linebacker there that was an absolute superstar. We have Ayas just enough.